Welcome, everybody, to Pinfalls and Passports. For those who don't already know, this is a podcast for people just like you. Those who love the sport of professional wrestling and for members of our WWE travel community Discord server. If you're not a member yet, come join one of the fastest growing professional wrestling communities online. You can find the Discord invite link here in the podcast bio. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Pinfalls and Pass, on X at Pinpass, and on TikTok at Pinfalls. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to the podcast to keep up to date with all the things involving the world of professional wrestling. My name is Mira. This is Pinfalls and Passports. And joining me today on the AEW edition of this, we got Dorchat. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
And then we got a little special guest that's typically not around for AEW episodes. We got Danny here. How are you, Danny?
He's straight clowning.
Or am I? How the fuck am I?
That's why I sent this to you yesterday when you said that
Like,
shit.
seriously, man. Bro doesn't even go here.
The hell? I feel like, like when in the movies when a new kid starts a brand new school and then he sees the different cliques and all that stuff. He's like, you got your nerds, you got your popular people. I feel like I'm looking at two nerds.
Oh, get ready, sir. Get ready, because it's going to get wild.
You're correct. So we are recapping AEW Dynamite's Beach Breaks Dynamite Edition on the July 8th of 2026. This was done in Clearwater, Florida, and an outdoor amphitheater, and it looked beautiful at night. I think that was a great venue to be. They were right on the beach. So that was really, really great to see, but it was very reminiscent of the WCW. I was going to bring that up. I was like, yeah, I'm like WW all the way. That's what vibes it gave me. Even they had the crew in like regular beach attire. Like it was like tank tops and shorts. Like you've seen a lot of the crew with the camera, just like
people sitting in lawn chairs, right? Beach chairs all over the place.
Yeah, but the crowd stayed hot all through the night. They had a very big main event ahead of them, so it was just a great show. But we about to break that down for y'all, and to kick off the show, this open backstage, and the big match of tonight is Kenny Omega versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. But we open the show with Renee Paquette interviewing Omega ahead of that high stakes match, because if he does lose, he cannot basically vie for that championship ever again.
Wrap on Kenny Omega's career right there if he lost, I think. I mean, because what purpose does he have if he can't challenge for the world championship?
Yep. I feel like whenever that's like that stipulation is put into play, it's just like okay, is it that this person is done with their contract? Are they at the end of their career? Or is there another pivot that we're going to make? And it could be a big thing, like something great. But for Kenny specifically, knowing his health and everything else, it's like, snap. Like if he does lose tonight, are we going to see him again? But in the segment, he's like, there's no way he's losing. Everything he's been through, he's gotten back to 100%. And he's like, nothing's going to stop him. And he looked very determined. And it was just a great way to open the show, to get the crowd hype about the actual match itself.
Kenny, really kind of set the tone from the start. It was great. It was a great promo, stage segment, whatever. And the intensity that he brought. He's not always the best promo, but he really delivered the goods here.
Yeah. But no, that just hyped everybody up for that match that was following. It was just like, oh shit, like this could be it. But we opened the show. Tommaso Ciampa comes out.
Ciampa.
And he waiting for Chris Jericho at the start of the ramp. Meanwhile, Chris Jericho like came through the crowd, went through the ring, went around, and then they met and fought. I think that was a creative way to start the show. You wanted something to get everybody involved. The two went, in the ring, out the ring. They was using the beach, what do you call them things? The floaties. It was like the floaties being used, the sand, all that stuff. So it was just like a really good match to open up with. Tommaso Ciampa does get the win over Chris Jericho. And yeah.
And bald.
Yeah,
and Ciampa's done so much more since he came over from WWE. it's nice to see them reestablishing him as the psycho killer, and allowing him to do what he used to do on the indies and kind of get rough and tumble. And there was a lot of blood in this match, and ultimately, yep, Ciampa got the win, and attempted to use a drill before security intervened.
That's correct. Yeah.
Like what? Like, oh my god!
My God.
It's like, girl.
How old is Jericho? Isn't he in his late 50s? Right?
Yes.
And he's doing spots like this. Like I just commend him, honestly.
Yeah.
Because me, I'd be like, no, we're gonna stay in that ring and we're gonna do some grabs and you're gonna lay down so I can take this thing because I'm not doing all this shit.
Please stop Grandpa from doing a top rope Hurricane Rana, please.
Now I don't know if this ends their feud. I would
I
hope
hope.
so, because I want to see Ciampa either going after that TNT title or just something else with like other talent. There's so much more he can do. Even if you wanted to put him in some type of tag team or anything like that, like I just need something more for him in that scenario. But following, we had a championship match, another one on the card. It's for the
I got one of the
AEW
1000 in AEW.
I know. Yeah. So we had AEW International Championship. So it was Kyle Fletcher versus Konosuke Takeshita.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was a great fucking match. Ultimately, Kyle wins, but this was the help of the Don Callis family and everything else. You know how they go.
That small cult.
Not that small cult. But it's just like he wins. He becomes a champion. In the match, there's so much that is going on. So Takeshita, he fired with a Blue Thunder bomb, and you actually heard it through the arena, like because it was outside. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty dope. And then he dropped Fletcher on the apron with an elbow barrel suplex, and it was just a lot of back and forth between the men. So they had a lot of offense, and that's what I knew. I'm like, oh, he might not win this, but Takeshita always had a lot of offense. But
that's the thing, is when he's bringing out all the goods and emptying out the kitchen sink, and he still can't get it done. I mean, especially Kyle being the star that he is, the proto star, and the what did they say, the main, the guy who carried Proto Keshida or whatever.
Yeah, because he was like, I was the one that was carrying us, and it only took Fletcher 2 brain busters, and then he was able to become champion.
Yeah, gotta love finisher spam. That, for those who aren't paying attention at home, that was Danny saying good night. He has left us.
But no, he wanted to stay and see what the dub is like for a minute. But I'm gonna make him watch one of these matches, and I just need his full review. One of these days, I'm going to get him to do that. But post the match with Kyle Fletcher, we had an interview with Mick Foley, and
that's right. Mick Foley is all elite now.
He is all elite, and it was between him, and then there was an Andrade confrontation as well. But the Don Callis family emptied out to celebrate, and Mick Foley interviewed Kyle Fletcher in the ring. He's a new champion, all this other stuff, and says that was never his friend. He rode his coattail. Fletcher was the number 1, as you stated, and Protashita. And then Kevin Knight came along holding his TNT gold, just prompting Fletcher to gloat around with his championship. It was just like the whole Don Callis family just trying to boast themselves up. Kevin Knight, he wants his shot at the TNT, at the World Championship. He said it doesn't matter if it's Omega, if it's MJF, he wants a shot. And then
the Jet can wait.
But the Jet, he's killing me with that bullshit. And then Andrade shows up and told Don Callis he messed up by not helping him win the championship, vowing to take one of the belts and all this other stuff. And Callis says if Andrade beats Jack Doyle next week on Dynamite, he can get a shot at Mark Davis's national championship. Then
oh my God, how many belts does the Don Callis family have again? Like 3?
The national,
4?
the TNT,
the international.
National. I think that's it.
Yeah, they don't have the Continental. That's right, because Mox has the Continental.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's it as of right now, as of today. But no. So the Don Callis family basically chases Andrade to the back, and it sets up like a brawl between Darby Allin and the Don Callis family in the back. Andrade
Mhm.
comes out, he does like a little something, but ultimately it was like he was overpowered. Like they all were overpowered by the Don Callis family. So I think some way, and I think we brought it up prior, that more than likely Andrade and Darby Allin will be teaming together at some point in
Yeah.
time. That's what
Yeah, I
I'm
could see
getting.
that them laying the groundwork for that, and for a Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin.
Yeah, for the TNT.
Yeah, for the TNT Championship. But after that, we had a Brawling Birds video package
Mhm.
showing Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor getting into a massive bar fight together. A
Yes.
nod to England's recent win over Mexico in the World Cup. Yay, colonizer.
Oh, well, damn.
Yeah, no, very pro Mexico in the server. So
Yes,
we pull for
yes,
Mexico.
we do.
And we were very sad to see them eliminated from the World Cup by uh, England, the colonizers. But at least it wasn't though. It wasn't a blowout like when the Belgians eliminated the Americans. The whole world celebrated that bad boy.
We did, and I think all
Overturned that.
me and my homies turned up on that one. 'Cause fuck
Yeah,
'em.
yeah. Well, no, I mean it's just a whole other
I know.
barrel of worms we're going to get
Yeah,
into later.
yeah.
We don't want to get into really. We're a wrestling podcast.
Yes. But
And back to the wrestling. Will Ospreay and John Moxley defeated the Black Horsemen.
yeah.
The Workhorsemen?
Mhm. So I believe they were a local talent, if I'm not mistaken. But it was a quick win. You get momentum for Osprey. You get the momentum, and pretty much that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. But Mox eventually fires up, and the Death Riders duo hit tandem finishing moves to secure the victory.
You're yeah.
As I mean, come on. You're not going to have Will Ospreay and John Moxley lose to local talent.
No, they might get
Yeah.
a little offense in as a showcase. Hey, these guys do have it, but they not winning.
Yeah,
And they're not
exactly.
winning. But
Let's not get stupid here.
yeah, let's not get a little crazy. But backstage we do get a segment between Osprey and MJF. War words per se.
Mm-hmm.
So Osprey was asked backstage who he wants to win the main event. He says he hopes Kenny Omega pulls through so he can face his rival once again at All in London. MJF crashes the interview, stirring the pot, if you will, as he typically does, and basically is just mocking him for associating himself with John Moxley. He's laughing because he doesn't have a world title. And then he's just trying to get under his skin. Like he's just like, you won't get what I have. That's what MJF's biggest thing is. He's very arrogant, very over the top talent. And
Yeah.
he just wants to get into his head. He wants to get into Will Ospreay's head before this main event, if it's him or Kenny, and just put a cast of doubt over it.
Yeah. No, I mean, JF always plays the psychological card, and he does it very well.
Yeah.
He's one of the best psychological heels in the business
To date. Yep.
today. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, any company, you name it. I used to just dismiss him as the screaming guy who goes for the low hanging fruit, because he would swear and scream and just get cheap heat. And now he's really worked on that. He's really refined the whole psychological aspect of things, and it's fun to watch the improvement. But great little backstage segment between him and Ospreay, kind of laying the groundwork for if he meets him in London.
Yeah. But no, I think if how EW has been telling story, the segments throughout the show just make sense and it's flowing. I feel like they're getting into a good way to tell their stories effectively. And even if you're not a fan and it's your first time watching them, they're giving you the bits and pieces of the history of what's currently going on. So you're getting the crowd up to date. You're getting the audience that is, watching at home, everything up to date. I think they've been telling beautiful stories. So following that segment, we had the women's casino gauntlet match. Now, this match is typically at All In, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And I think
It's just a
Last year,
collection of dumb bitches.
Thekla. That's his favorite over there. But no, it was the match started off with Athena and Maya World. So they were 1-2, or 1-1 in my book, if you ask me. Thekla
Yeah.
joins comment, and Mercedes Moné is on the lifeguard tab. I said, "Look at this bitch right here." She said, "I'm not even going near the ring. I'm good at the highest seat." I said, "I know that's
Hey,
right."
the high perch. Yeah, no.
Yeah, the high person, everything. And then following Athena and Maya starting a match, you had Sky Blue that entered at number 3. She had a kendo stick, so that was being used throughout the match as well. I'm like, when did we start? I said, I guess it is a non-disqualification match. I guess technically, if you want to, I'm like, so sure.
I mean, who do you give the win to in a disqualification?
Exactly. I'm like, I guess it makes sense. But following that, you had Mina Shirakawa enter the match at number 4, hit a net breaker on Sky Blue, before then teaming with Athena to basically fight Maya World and Sky Blue. And then Arena for Stardom, which was a big pop for me. I was not expecting her to come out. And she's more of like a natural heel where she's from in Stardom. So it's just like, all right, this makes sense for her. So she played into that. And then we had Julia Hart enter. So that had 2 out of the 3 members of the Triangle of Madness in the match. So you would be like,
Yep.
a numbers game. And then
Yeah.
Thunder Rosa also participated in the match.
Oh, she was there too. Yeah.
Yes. I think they just wanted to showcase all their female talent that pretty much has
Yeah.
been working the last few months. And for the big surprise of the night, because I knew
Holy
this was happening,
cow! The big surprise.
Willow Nightingale returns. And it's
Oh,
just
word?
yes, Willow Nightingale does return. She's in this casino gauntlet match. They have been showing teasers throughout the last few weeks of her training and rehabilitating and being with her family and things like that. And I said, yo, she's about to come back. I don't know if it's gonna be right before the pay-per-view, like this Retribution, or if it was gonna be all in. I really wasn't sure. But she does return, get a big pop, with one fan who was really screaming loud, and you could actually hear it on commentary. That's kind of funny. And then Willow ran through the field of all the women in the ring, and she wins the gauntlet match. So it's going to be Thekla versus Willow Nightingale at AEW Redemption in Montreal.
I really hope they don't take the belt off of Thekla before All In, because she deserves to defend that title there. But Mercedes versus Willow does have a better story.
That has the history.
It has the history, whereas Thekla versus Mercedes or Willow does not. Thekla versus Mercedes it's interesting.
See, I'm very conflicted, right? Because Willow's a natural baby face. Everyone loves Willow. I love Willow. We all love Willow. Very polite, but badass, And then you have Thekla, our head bitch in charge over AEW.
The HBIC.
No. And then you got Mercedes Moné, and she is who plays a better heel, right?
Yeah, and speaking of that, the shocking reveal of her being aligned with the Divine Dominion.
You see what I'm saying? Like there's little things, and I'm just like, okay, Mercedes Moné is guaranteed her title shot, so it's between Thekla and Willow. How do we move? Like how do we?
I think it's
move?
going to be Willow. I think it's going to be Willow going on to defend the women's championship against Mercedes Moné.
Shit, I kind of rather it be Willow defended against Mercedes, because I want her to have her baby face win, but I just don't know. I think she's just better as a heel. Just sucks.
I think so too. I mean, but like the plus the 3-on-3s between the Triangle of Madness and Thekla, and then Mercedes and the Divine Dominion.
And that means that would also help with the tag titles being changed over to the Triangle of Madness and things like that too, because
The
that'll
Sisters
also
of Sin.
But I'm just excited because I don't know what to expect for this, and I know any way you put that match at All In, the women are going to cook. I think Thekla and Monet would be very technical because they're both tiny. Well, not tiny, but like they're both like really smaller. But then with Willow, you have to almost play like I don't have the strength of her, so you have to like play into that. But I don't know.
It's the
I'm
power
very
game.
yeah. I'm just very excited to see this. You don't know how happy I am that I'm going to All In. I'm so happy. I'm so excited.
I'm so residually happy that I'm going to All In. I
You
mean,
know what I'm
holy
saying? Like this
yeah, I
shit is
mean,
crazy.
yeah, and then I mean, we're going halfway across the world to see it
Yeah, yeah,
and doing some other stuff.
yeah. Because we're
I
going
get,
to the play. Y'all gonna hear about it in the All In travel episode, but we got stuff planned.
oh, we got stuff planned.
But no, I'm so excited. And then the last match, the main event on this
Kenny
here
Omega's last stand.
card, the last shot match, Kenny Omega versus MJF. And if Omega were to lose, he would never receive another AEW World Title shot. Okay.
That's crazy. You know, but by the same token, like I said before, if Kenny were to lose, it's believable because of his condition, because of his age. I mean, yeah, he took it easy on himself when he was younger, wrestling blow up dolls and 9-year-old girls, but he's really put himself through a lot since then. This is a man who has really gone out of his way to refine his craft. It's crazy to think he's been at it for over 20 years. So it was believable that if he lost, he'd never get another shot at it. And you would think that without the kind of purpose to drive him, what point does he have in having a career after that?
Yep. So that's why it
Uh,
was just like a 50-50. It's a 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's like raise the stakes a bit, but it was an excellent match. Excellent match. Epic. It felt like a pay-per-view main event. It felt almost like their Dynasty main event.
Yeah, it was a 24-minute long match. So it starts out, it's very like Ken's entrance was like, okay, he had a great entrance. Like it was like a longer entrance too, but I'm like, he could win the night. And
Mhm.
then, MJF came out, he had his boots, he has his chairs, of course, and the two start the match. MJF, he acts like he gonna go for a low blow. Omega does dodge that. So guess what MJF decides to do? Poke him in the eyes. So then the two men take it outside the ring. They go through the crowd and, they're using props. They're hitting each other with the chair, all that other stuff. Like they're just doing
Yeah.
shit. And MJF grabs his belt mid-match, brings it into the ring, as he typically does. But the referee does take it away. So it gave him a chance to go in his underpants, as he typically does with this Dynamite Diamond ring. All right?
Mhm.
Puts it on his finger, but guess who comes out?
Santa Claus.
Osprey. But like he coming out with urgency. So he gets onto that ramp because they were at like a
Yeah.
But Osprey pulls the ring off his finger. The ref is trying to get a hold of like Osprey being there, thinking possible interference, things like that, and that distracts the ref. Omega grabbed the belt. He took a moment to think about it, but he's not like that. He tossed it to the side, and guess what MJF does? His famous low blow. He did the low blow to Omega and
Low
smashed him
blow.
over the head.
I thought
with
it
the
was
title.
over.
And
I thought it was over.
he pins MJF. He pins Omega.
Yeah.
The ref goes 1. He kicks out at 1. How the fuck
That
is
was the
Kenny
most-
Omega?
That was the most emphatic kick out I've ever seen. And at 1, no less. He kicked out at 1.
The
Holy
energy
shit.
behind it, and then that just pumped the crowd up even more.
Yeah. The
You
look
had-
on MJF's face after he kicked out, too. Holy shit.
And Osprey too, because you're like, what the fuck? I'm going against him. It's just like there's a whole bunch of things that help with like the scenery and how they did the cameras and stuff. So
Mhm.
I thought that was like really, really cool there. And then Omega popped up, hit 2 quick V triggers, hit a third one. Then he did his 1 wing angel for the 3 count. And now Kenny Omega is now a 2-time AEW world champion.
Time.
And it
He
was
kicked out of a poison rana and a heat seeker, too.
yes. Oh, yes, he did. Because that was before the kick out at 1, correct?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. I'm like, well, damn, he on beast mode tonight.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, finishing moves don't mean anything in AEW. Come on now.
No. And also, like, he looked in phenomenal shape. Like, just him coming out to the ring,
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, this dude could win it tonight." Like, just looking at him, like, his presentation, the confidence he had, it was just
The
great.
aura.
The aura is correct.
Yes. And it really kind of gets you going, gets you excited for All In, because now Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay is your main event for now. Obviously, MJF is going to get a rematch at Redemption in Montreal.
Mhm.
Where they go from there, I don't know. I mean, it's 18 days away. Do you really take the belt off of Kenny at that point?
I think they want Omega to be in that main event because it sells tickets.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and
So
then I think though, Omega and MJF are going to have a title match at Redemption.
that'll also sell tickets.
Well, and then I think MJF is going to win the belt back, and then you'll have Kenny with his rematch clause, and you'll have a triple threat.
Yeah, I do want that triple threat. Sleazy has been bringing it up in the chat, and I'm like, yes, need that. I need that,
Girl,
sir.
same. Girl, same.
And
I
we
need
gonna
that.
get it. And we gonna get it. I just had this real this real good feeling we gonna get it. But no, I am so excited for All In. I'm so excited for Redemption, the pay-per-view right before. And I
Mhm.
think it's just like hyping us up, like just seeing how they're telling these stories, because we're also telling stories for after All In too, you know?
Yes.
So I'm just like I'm seeing small things, and I'm excited for Oscar. I'm excited for Kenny Omega. MJF, even if he's not in a championship match, that is okay, because whatever he's put in makes it into he makes it into a gourmet meal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's able to do whatever. I've heard teasers of people saying like he's gonna be doing a match with Foley. I don't want him in the ring. Don't do that.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Mm-mm. No.
I'm like, he can also focus on becoming like a Grand Slam champion in AEW. There's a lot of things he can do, and he can
Mhm.
also help boost talent. MJF like is a main talent, but he can also serve as a talent to help support
Yeah.
other talents
Yeah.
as well, to raise their stock and stuff. So I'm just very curious. I want that triple threat, but even if not, like, I know it's going to be a good showing for him.
Yes, it is. And MJF, you got to get him on All In. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Somehow, some way.
And y'all know what I said before. You can't have MJF about All In. So it's like you really can't.
You cannot. It's
And
it's a
then,
golden rule.
but no, I'm very excited to see how these cars for the two upcoming pay-per-views start to shape out.
Hmm.
We know for the women's side of things, we have Willow versus Thekla. I'm sure we'll probably see our CNC connection on that card of some sort. Could also be where we get Mike Bailey in there for like a title shot at the TNT championship or something. I don't know, but I'm
Mike
just super
Bailey and
excited.
Kevin Knight. I think Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight at All In would be fire.
That would be fire.
Yeah.
That would be fire. But no, I'm just so excited, y'all. We have the summer of wrestling amongst a whole bunch of companies, but I'm just so excited to be.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, it's like one thing after another. AEW. I mean, like lately they've been putting on their best show ever every month on pay-per-view.
Yep. And
So we've got 2 pay-per-views coming up. We've got Redemption on the 26th, and then we've
Mhm.
got All In on August 30th, which we will be there for. Danny, we got to get Danny out there.
y'all be seeing me front row. I'm so excited, y'all.
You crazy.
Like, I'm just like, I'm so excited. I'm just so excited.
You will not be seeing me front row. I'll be lower bowl.
You just gonna be there. It's going. I've been in the lower bowl, and it's beautiful. It's such a great seat. You're so relaxed. The chairs are comfortable.
Mhm.
Their food there is good. The beer, great. Like, it's just a great time. It's just a great
Yeah,
time.
it sounds like it is a great time. I can't wait to check out Wembley. Can't wait to see the big main event, and then all the other goodness that'll happen. I mean,
Yeah.
by that point, we should have the New Day. We should have the Motor City Machine Guns. And them and Cope and Cage and the Young Bucks. I'm salivating at the possibilities they could have for a tag team turmoil match at All In or something to that effect.
Like a ladder match or something, or they do like a
My
TLC
God.
match. I mean, they don't need to do that because they're putting a lot of older folks in the match, but
Yeah.
it would be
I
really
ju-
cool to see.
I would really love them to get Johnny Gargano in time for All In, and then reunite him with Tommaso Ciampa
That would be cool. That would
and
be
put
so
them
cool.
in that tag team showcase.
But no, I don't know,
Mamma
y'all.
mia, as Ronaldo would say.
No, I'm just very excited. Dynamite and Collision weekly now. Like was always the show that I might watch live.
Yeah.
But now it's like it's starting to become a thing where I'm like, I need to lock in because
Mhm.
we're telling stories on both shows. And also it's like I'm getting interested. Like I'm looking forward to Collision being on. Like, like even if I'm not able to watch it live, I'm going to it once I am able to.
Yeah.
So it's just been like they've been drawing a lot of people in, and I'm very proud of the product that they have been putting out. Especially when you my dog just jumped on my bed, but especially when you're
He's
comparing
not
to like
supposed to be on the bed.
no, he's not. But just like comparing it to earlier years, you see the improvement with I think who pointed it out today? I think it was Pig. He was like their presentation, graphics, the things like that. Like it just looks way better. Josh was saying like the storytelling, and I definitely agree. The storytelling is way better than what it was in previous years. So, oh no, I'm just excited, yo.
Too. Pardon my my tiredness right now. That's not me trying to say I'm bored. I'm just tired. It's been a long day.
I felt that. I felt that.
Uh,
But
yeah, no, it's a great summer ahead. And there looks to be more positive enthusiasm for the product in AEW than there does in WWE. Although they both pulled world title switches this week.
he did.
They did. They did.
Did.
Big stars winning big belts, both shows,
I think
Raw and Dynamite.
I feel like it was a good way to start a week for both companies in a way. Now it just depends on what type of media you want to see. Like if you look at what happened on Monday, it's more of a mixed bag, but a lot of people are just really happy, on the W side. Omega won, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like again like the summer wrestling for the summer is alive and well. I'm going to an indie show
Yeah.
in a few weeks. I'm trying to go to the TNA show that's coming here in Philly. There's like, and I'm just trying to rack them up. I'm trying to rack them up.
Like I'm trying to figure out how to watch MLW.
Ooh, don't they have a website? But
I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but like I've heard a lot of good things, and maybe I should poke in on them. And I know Cross is doing some great stuff.
he's having fun down there.
Yeah, he is.
He looked really happy when I seen him a few weeks ago at 2300. Like he genuinely like
Yeah.
I mean this, he genuinely looked happy. But with the dub, they doing great things. They doing ish. But we have been Pinfalls and Passport, y'all. We will be back next week to talk about the build to more redemption. Hopefully, maybe we get some new things. But have a great night.
Thank you.